Sarvedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyam. Which verse we are taking? Verse number 2? Oh, verse 301 onwards, please read. Yo va pureso hamiti pratitah buddhya prakrupta tamasati mudhaya tasyaiva nisheshataya vinase brahmatma bhava pratibandha sunyah. Brahmanandanidhi Mahabalavata Ahankara Gorahina Samvishtyatmani Rakshate Gunamayi Chandai Strivi Mastakai Vijnanakhya Mahasina Shrutimata Vichidya Shirshatrayam Nirmulyahimimam Nidhim Sukhakaram Dhiro Nubhoktum Kshamaha. Right. This is the verse we are taking. Huh? Finished. Okay. Next one. Alright, doesn't matter. With this here, we just chant the next one. Yavadva yatkinchit vishem doshasfurtirasti cheddehe kathamarogyaya bhavet tadvate ahantapi yogino muktiyai. Okay. So, as usual, I hope you have been with the meaning of these verses all the time. Verses may be remembered, may not be remembered. Words may or may not be remembered. But at no time you should forget yourself. There is a difference between forgetfulness about the creation and the forgetfulness about yourself. It is like you have got, all of us are continuously living in space. How many of us are aware that we are living in space? Just think of it. All of us are living in space, continuously living in space. But how many of us are aware that I'm moving about in space? Suppose you forget or you never remember, there will be no harm. There will be no harm because the space is not going to disappear. The space is not going to accommodate you because you forgot it. The space will be there. If you remember, you can use the space. You can use the space. Like, it's a very peculiar concept. If you are really conscious and you start thinking, you shall see distance. Concept of distance is a pure illusion. Because in space, there is no distance. Think, in space, by itself, is there any distance? Only when a person comes and creates 2 points in space, then only distant concept comes. Are you getting that? How simple it is. The concept of distance doesn't exist in space until a human being comes. There is a point, and the distance between 2 points, we call it as the 2 points in space, we call it as a distance. Just think of it. By itself, it means nothing. Same thing also. There is no concept of living and dying until a human being comes to exist. When you say human being, it's not the human body. Again, it is the individuality, a self-conscious individuality, ahankar. Every concept begins only with the ahankar, the I. My body, my land, your land, my tree, your tree, my house, your house. These concepts, these borders do not exist in any body. Trees do not belong to a particular area. They have no such sense. Countries have no sense of border. You have created borders. Human beings have created borders. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Burma, all these concepts we create. Please see that existence as such is a huge celebration. There is no sense of bondage. There is no sense of freedom. There is no sense of limitation. There is no concept of distance, travel. Nothing exists until human individual comes in. Again, as long as the human being is like a child, almost like an animal, then also these type of concepts do not take a strong hold. But when individuality, ahankar becomes very, very strong, that is the time begins, I am this body, devam, I am the body. So until the body, I, then mine. Until the body, it is I. The I, for most people, I ends with the body. For most people, I ends with the body. Ask them where it begins. For most people, it begins in the body also. That is why animals. The sense of I, are you getting that point? Please observe, these are very simple things. When I say I, for the most people begins with, the sense of I begins with the body. I, then begins my. I, my house, my car, my husband, my wife, my child, my job, my money, my bank, my, all this my. And this my, how far it can extend? My stars. Suppose you are the emperor. Those days you were conquering countries. Now you are conquering planets and stars. You can say, my moon, my Venus. Are you getting that? Sense of my can go to such an extent. They are far away from you. Okay. Now, if you ask that person, don't you sometimes say my body? You begin with I am the body, an ignorant person, then you say my body. If you say my body, where does the I go? Outside or inside? To say my, are you getting that? If body is I, my house is outside. If a house is mine, me is before. Just see the simple logic. My house, when I say, I is preceding. Are you getting that point? My house outside. I am here. My body is here, so where must be I? Thought level, I. Okay. My I thought, my thoughts. So where should be the I? That is where comes aham pratyaya gochara. You remember that line? Aham pratyaya gochara. That which is meaning of the word I, consciousness, yourself. And that is the one, Mahanidhi, the most precious jewel of the universe. Now that is something always with you. But listen carefully. If you forget the space in which you are existing, no harm will come to you. But if you forget yourself, which you are, there will be a huge, problem. Why? It makes the difference between immortality, mortality, happiness, unhappiness, freedom, bondage. Are you getting that? Forgetting the space will not create trouble for you. Not knowing water is H2O will not stop quenching your thirst. Suppose you say water is H2O. I don't know water is H2O. Then water will say, no, I am not going to quench it. You don't know me, Will that water say that? The water will not say that. Even if you don't know it, water will continue to quench your thirst. Even if you don't know it, gravity will hold you. Gravity will not say, he doesn't know me. You go for a flight. Does it say? Please understand. We don't understand the functioning of our stomach, but the stomach continue to digest. Are you getting that point, please? Whereas, if you do not know yourself, that will make the difference between freedom and bondage, immortality and mortality. And having known yourself, if you forget it sometimes, that is your death. For a wise person, there is no death of the body, because body is anyway dying. Pramadam vai mrityum brabhimi, Narada says to his disciples, to his teachers, students. Pramadam vai mrityu brabhimi. I shall tell you, pramada. Pramada means forgetfulness of yourself. Indeed, is a death for a person of wisdom. Forgetting yourself, that is why you observe your life. Anytime you are getting into a crisis, pain, anxiety, conflict, fear, misery, that time you have forgotten yourself. You are unconscious. Are you getting that point, please? You cannot be, listen carefully, you cannot be conscious and miserable. You can be consciously miserable. But when you are consciously miserable, that misery will not give you pain. Understand? When you are consciously playing the role of a beggar, you are a millionaire actor playing the role of a beggar. But if you forget you are a millionaire actor, suddenly paithyam pudchidi, you become mad. Understand? Playing the role of a beggar. Who? The millionaire actor playing the role of a beggar. If he forgets, now you can say, I am playing the role of a millionaire. If I forget, it will be nice. If I forget the actor which is poor, it will be nice. No. If you forget you are poor and you play rich, you will be in such a problem. Rich playing poor, no problem. Why? Nothing to lose. Poor playing rich, already poor, will be further impoverished. Because he pretends to be rich. Same way. When a wise man pretends to be angry, wise man pretends to be miserable, it's a pleasure, role playing. When the ignorant man plays to, when the ignorant man pretends to be nice, महंगा पड़ जाता है, becomes very, very expensive. Because the ignorant man pretends to be nice. He can only pretend for some time. After some time he explodes because he can't continue with that nicety. He cannot continue with his compassion, kindness, acceptance for a long time. At one time he will be tired. His limited mind cannot carry the load of compassion. That is why people who are, like you go to hospital, that hotel industries, the receptionist will be very nice for some time. After some time, they will get very angry. Very upset. Even you can see, first day reception is always wonderful. Anywhere you go, in your house, friends, ashrams, office, anywhere. The first day reception is, whoa! They will make you feel as though you are the number one. Vango, Ukarango, oh boy, please come, please sit down. What do you want to drink? Right. Second day. Third day, if you ask, why can't you collect for yourself? That you should have told me on the first day. Are you getting that? No. Please appreciate, please appreciate. If you forget yourself, who you are, you cannot escape misery, pain, conflict, anxiety in life. That is why continuous remembrance. Remembrance means continuously being with yourself. Remembering yourself is not a job. Are you getting that point? I told you already. Remember the statement. Remembering yourself is not a job, because to remember something, listen carefully this statement. To remember something, you need a thought. To remember yourself, you don't need anything. To remember your childhood, a thought must come. That is why you cannot remember my childhood, my youth. Because about my childhood, my youth, my parentage, you have absolutely no thought. Nor can I think about your childhood, your school, your college, your life. Because that is your thoughts. So you cannot remember anything without a thought. Whereas, to remember yourself, you don't need a thought. Being yourself, I have explained to you clearly. Do you remember that point? To remember yourself, you don't need a thought. Why? Because your self-consciousness can never be a memory. What is a memory? Again, I'll explain to you, because just to give you a hold and move on. What is a memory? Memory is when a thought comes and the object is far away, that time we call this a memory. At this moment, you sit down, a thought comes of a childhood memory. Your father, your grandfather, your school memory. Because thought is here, object is far away. Now suppose, see this. Thought of this flower is here and the flower is here. Is it a memory or a perception? Perception, immediate. Are you getting that? This is not a memory, because as I see, the thought of the flower is in my head. So this thought of the flower now, is it a memory or it is just immediate perception, knowledge? It's immediate knowledge. Are you getting that point? Do you understand? You must see it. So thought is there, object is there. It's no more a memory. It is a perception. Okay? I hide it. Now it is a memory. The thought is there, object is not there, because thought is far away from the object. When the thought is away from the object, thought is a memory. When thought is with the object, it is not memory. Are you getting that point? Now, the What is the meaning of the word I? Consciousness. I thought and what it stands for can never be away from other. The I thought cannot be away from the consciousness. The I thought cannot be away from the what it stands for. Since whenever the thought is and what it stands for is always present, can it be a memory? It cannot be a memory. It is always there. And when the thought is not, suppose the thought of the flower is not, the flower doesn't appear real for you. But even the thought is gone about yourself, the I, who you are, is already existing. So with the thought, you are with yourself. Without the thought, you are with yourself. Never you can miss yourself, lose sight of yourself. That is why Atma, Aham, Chetana, consciousness, ever existing, Nitya, ever eternally existing. So at no time you can afford to lose sight of yourself. Okay? And he says, this is, how did I lose sight? He gives the example. Brahmananda Nidhi Mahas Sukhagaram. It is something great, precious jewel. Ahankara Ghora Hina Sambeshtya Atmani Sambeshtya. You know, these Ahankara Ghora Hi, these mighty, poisonous snake of the Ahankar, as though surrounded this precious jewel of consciousness and existing. The example is so sweet, very beautiful. Because when we are lost in the ahankar, the I thought, what it stands for is lost sight of. Losing yourself in the word, you forget the meaning. Losing yourself in the word, you forget the meaning. So that is the snake, which as though deludes you completely. And it has got three heads. What are the three heads? Sattva, Rajas, Tamoguna. Tamoguna, dullness, darkness, ignorance. Rajoguna, agitation, activity. Sattoguna, relative knowledge. These three types of I thought, already you lose yourself in the I thought. Then the further you lose yourself in knowledge, activity, inactivity, laziness. So far away you move away from yourself. So what should I do? Vijnanakhya Mahasina. Carrying this sword of Vijnana discrimination, Atma, Anatma Vichara, as to who I am and what I am not. You cut all the three heads of this snake. And the three heads are Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, meaning no more you depend upon the memory, the so-called relative knowledge, nor the activity, but understand the meaning of yourself. That is ahankar, I thought, meaning of the word I. When you understand the meaning of the word I as it is, and you know that is yourself. Understanding the meaning of the word I means being it. Understanding meaning of the word I means, just like when I say, understanding means what? When I say Manoranjitam is a word, Manoranjitam. I say, do you know Manoranjitam? You say Manoranjitam? I don't know. Manoranjitam. Oh. Are you getting that? So Manoranjitam is a word for you. I say, do you know Manoranjitam? No. Oh, so this is Manoranjitam. So, understand, the flower is already there. You are creating a name for it, right? You are creating a name for it. So, when you say Manoranjitam, what does it remember now? Now onwards, what shall it remind you? When you say Manoranjitam, this flower. But this flower, does it exist because of the name? This flower is already existing. You are giving it a name. But because of the name, the flower doesn't exist. If you understand this simple thing, do you exist because of a name? Or because you exist, therefore you have a name? Are you getting that? So the name I, your first name, is dependent on you, nameless existence awareness. So this first name I. So cutting it means what? Killing it means what? Seeing the meaning of it, so that you don't lose yourself in that word anymore. So that time, one person who see that, bhoktum kshamaha, such a person having nirmulyahim, you counteract this ahankar, this I thought, then you get this precious jewel of yourself and revel all the time with yourself. Therefore, remembering the word in the beginning stages is very, very important, essential. But once you see the meaning of it, you don't have to be with the word. But choice again is yours. You can use a word, be with yourself, and even if you are not with the word also, you are with yourself. Okay? That Jati Niti Kula, did you chant and get by heart everything, all the 10 verses? You have to do it. Now the camp is going to begin, so all of you have to chant now, with or without books. So remember it. Okay? Now please see. So this is very clearly, you must see it with yourself. Or else, yavadva yat kinchiti vishadosha spurti rasti chedehe katham arogyaya bhavet tat. As long as yavat, as long as in your body there is a trace of poison, can you call it cure? As long as there is a trace of poison, that long you are not cured from a disease. Are you getting that? As long as there is a trace of the disease. Oh, Swamiji, I am cured of malaria. Really? Yes. But have you taken the preventive for next 3 weeks also? No, why should I take? Then wait. After 6 months, again it will come. Why? It has a course. That disease, that particular medicine you must take and finish the last bacteria inside you. If you do not, one will proliferate. When you are putting up the fire, the last spark you must put off. If you don't, that little spark will go on igniting, then it becomes a huge conflagration again. That is why they say, Agnishesha, Runasesha, Satrusesha na rakshayet. Never keep a little residue of fire, because the little fire will be more. Runa, your debt. Don't say, 5,000 rupees I had brought, 4,900 I paid back, 100 is left out. If you do not pay, it will compound interest, will be 5,000 in another 4 years. Runa says. Satru Shesha. Satru, if there is enemy, remove it from the root itself. If you do not, you leave him wounded, it will go back, reorganize itself and come back with another band of enemy. Are you getting that? So this is what the thing. Same thing, you can't say, I understand these things, out of 24 hours, 8 hours goes for sleep. Out of 16 hours, 14 hours I remember, 2 hours I forget. Huh? 2 hours, 2 minutes you forget enough. Huh? Is it that important, Swamiji? You tell, why should I say? I have no problem. I always remember, I am with myself. You think you should not remember, you can manage without it? You cannot. Do you know why? When you are driving a car, how long you should be awake? You are driving a car, how long should you be awake? From the beginning to the end. Yesterday when we were driving, our driver, nice boy, young boy, had his food and came and everything. But I always sit in the front. It's not because of a style, because I want to be with the driver, always. Because life is almost half time spending only in the car. So, I always with the driver because he has 2 eyes, I have another 200 eyes. So, always there. I'm not telling you jokes. How many times we have survived? If I tell you, you will not believe it. Yesterday was a clean survival. We are driving, and as usual, I am wide awake and things like that, and continuous. First thing, I don't want to miss out also. Something interesting somewhere. Very, as watching. Suddenly I see this car is going, and there is a motorcycle, 2 people, and he's going towards him. I said, what are you doing? And he went there. He was sleeping. His eyes are drooping. Immediately took it away. Imagine, if I am not awake, what will happen? Here, he was making a mistake, I am awake. When you are inside you make the mistake and you are asleep. That is why you cannot escape. I cannot be awake for your behavior. Are you getting that point, please? I cannot be conscious for your behavior. You must be conscious for your thought. Are you getting that? That is why around a conscious person, when you live, your chance of committing mistake is less because the person is very conscious. But suddenly, therefore, don't think you are wonderful. Because at this moment, you are wonderful because the other person is wonderful. Left to yourself, can you handle it like that? It's like driving the car with the instructor on your side with a control. Are you getting that point? The instructor is there with another control. You are also driving. So car is moving. You think you are controlling. No, that fellow is completely controlling. When the instructor goes away and you can drive by yourself, that time you are the master, ace driver. Same thing. When you are around somebody and therefore you are nice, it means nothing. When you are by yourself, that is why this teaching is always trying to make you independent. Whereas bhajan group, practice groups, they always want congregation. Why? 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people. Why? Because when I am with the person, I am so nice. That is how you see idiots around. Especially in religious groups, it's so useless. Absolutely useless because the person cannot take the responsibility. They become like pavam, exploited by gurus, exploited by organizations, exploited by people. They don't know what to do. Now here the teaching in Upanishadic, Vedic teaching is so beautiful. Like Krishna says to Arjuna, so beautiful. What he says? When he asked Arjuna, hey, did you understand what I taught you? Arjuna says, what? Nastamo hasmatir labdha. Oh Lord, my delusion is gone. I got back the memory of myself. I understand myself. Then he says, then Arjuna says, Nastamo hasmatir labdha. Karishya vachanam tava. Whatever you say, I will do it now. Because as a student, he offers himself at the feet of the teacher. The Krishna doesn't feel great. Now I have a donkey to ride. Whatever I say, he will do. No. What he says? Vimrishyate dasheshena yathechasi tatha guru. Hey Arjuna, whatever I have taught you, think over it well. Yatha ichhasi, thereafter, yatha ichhasi, as you like, tatha guru. That is how you do. Live your life without me being a load behind it. The real teaching is where you give the person, you help the person to discover that freedom. Now he grows up, just like a father, mother, helping to child to grow up. And when the child grows up, the child lives his life. He doesn't live parents' lives. Are you getting that point, please? You help them to grow up, they grow and disappear. Of course, they remember there is a little gratitude and things are there, but they live their life. Suppose you have to continuously control somebody's life, remote control. Some people are with remote control. Always, wherever they go, remote control. What nonsense. That will not. Most of the gurus, most of the spiritual traditions, they're all remote control. Whatever my guru says, whatever he says, whatever that says, where is your brain? Think over it. Please appreciate. So, when you understand this reality, when you see that for yourself, now you learn to live with everything because now you cannot afford to fall asleep. When shall I do that? When shall I be awake? All the time. 24 hours conscious. As long as your eyes are open, you are interacting with people, that long be conscious. Not only conscious of your perception, but first be conscious, then conscious of the perception. Are you getting that point? Average person is conscious of the perception. He sees, hears, tastes, touch like an animal. Pashyati, shrunoti. He hears, listens, sees, tastes, touch. And how the animal? Hang around, jump, 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 jump. All the time. The animal, the person cannot go back to himself. Here you are continuously perceiving, seeing, tasting, touching, all these things. If you lose yourself in a perception, accident. You see and you cannot control. I want. You hear, you cannot control. I don't want. Unnecessary commentary. Are you getting that point? Whereas when you are aware of yourself, you are absolutely happy with yourself. You know exactly what to do. Yesterday, I was talking to our school students. Something so beautiful came up. You can do that now. You can do it for yourself now. It's so beautiful. See, I'm a person, okay? You tell me 4 things. Come on, give me 4 suggestions. 4 people, give me 4 suggestions. Come on, give me a suggestion. What to do? Sing, song, dance, and something, whatever. Look at the okay, look at the tree. He said, Swamiji, look at the tree. Anybody? Talk. Please use the mouth, talk. Come on. Look at the peacocks. Listen to the birds. Listen to the birds. One more. Huh? Tell us a story. Okay, beautiful. So now, please see. 4 different people. Look at the tree. Talk something in the mic. Look at listen to the birds. And the 4th one was, tell us a story. Tell us a story. Okay, 4 things you have told now. Are you getting that? 4 things. Now, when 4 people are telling me 4 different things, now, do I have to take a decision or no? Who has to take decision? One who has told, he takes the decision, or one who is told should take the decision? One who is told take the decision. So, I am told now. 4 people. Acha. What suggestion you gave? Over that, do I have a control? Why did he ask me to look at the tree? He knows. I don't know. Why he asked me to tell a story? He knows. I don't know. Don't say, no, Swamiji, he wants to listen to the story because he wants to enjoy. How do you know? He may come to listen to the story because he wants to pick up the story and tell somebody else. It may not be for his sake, but his son's sake or grandson's sake. Listen to the birds. Why? Maybe birds have requested the person and nobody is listening to us. Or just use the mouth to talk. Are you getting that? So, why somebody gives a suggestion, only that person knows. Now, all the 4 suggestions I have received. Now, I have to choose which one I should do, right? Do you understand? Very clear, very simple, right? Now, when you are alone, listen carefully. When you are alone in your room, who is giving you suggestion? How many suggestions are coming from inside? Are you aware? Or with the first suggestion you are doing it? Most people do with the first suggestion. Chocolate. Why that man is looking? Why that man is looking? Who is coming? Somebody shouting. Whatever thought comes, most people work under the spell of it. Are you getting that point, please? So when the suggestions are coming, just like you said, do you know why you are talking to me? Why do you suggest to me? I won't never know. So why are you wasting your time to say why that thought is coming? The thought is coming. Why? Why don't ask? It is coming. That is the nature of the thought. Thought means it must come. That is why this idiotic spiritual advice is don't think. What nonsense. Am I thinking to stop thinking? Am I thinking or thoughts come? Come on. Do you consciously think or thoughts come? If you consciously think, that thought will not be a problem. And if it is coming by itself, how does it matter to me? Are you getting that? So thoughts will come. You have to take a decision. To take a decision, you must be conscious. As long as you are taking unconscious decision, that long you are in lovely mess. When you take a conscious decision, it becomes meditation. Are you getting that point, please? So, how long should you be conscious? Always. 24 hours. 24, 365. Not 24, it can be 24/7 or 24, 365. Always conscious. Alert, happy with yourself. You can't afford to forget even for a moment. That is what he says. This disease, this ahankar, a little bit also, only 5 minutes I forget. And 5 minutes itself, 1 minute you slept, no? Death. 1 minute you drowse off. Your car is hit. 1 moment you forget yourself. You tell something to somebody and that person gets so angry, the reaction. That's why you make one mess and your whole life is spent in fixing that mess. Are you getting that point, please? Think of it. Okay. I say so. Therefore, see that every moment you are aware of yourself. Having to realize it. Ahamotyanta nivrutyam tatkruta nana vikalpa samvrutyam pratyak tattva vivekadi vivekat idam ahamasmiti vindate tattvam. So these are little out of tune, okay? Don't worry. Ahamaha atyanta nivritya tatkruta nana vikalpa samrutya pratyak tattva vivekat idam ahamasmiti tattvam vindate. This person, the contemplator, idam ahamasmiti tattvam vindate. Tattvam vindate recognizes himself, this truth, recognizes the truth. What is that? Idam ahamasmi. This indeed is I am. Aham brahmasmi. This knowledge comes when? Ahamaha atyanta nivritya. When the I thought is completely counteracted. Meaning, knowing the nameless content of the name. Take that statement. Think over it. Seeing the nameless content of the name, being the nameless content of the name called I. Aham pratyaya gochara, meaning of the word I. And because you do that, tatkruta nana vikalpa samrutya. So, when the I is gone, tatkruta nana vikalpa sanghara takes place. Because of the I was, because of this I, the ahankar, the simple thoughts were getting converted to different types of emotions. Understand the language. Giving you example, but already telling you, like this is a perception. This is a flower. Thought takes place, flower. You see, true to the perception, thought takes place, flower. I comes up and says, oh, I see this flower. Smell it. When you smell it, nose enjoys it or you enjoys it? Are you getting that? Nose only reports. Oh, romba nalla vaasana. Nose says, nose only reports the smell. You put this smell. Put a rose, that smell. Whatever you put in front of the nose, it will enjoy it. Who enjoys like a screen? Does the screen enjoys the movie? Oh, now there is a classic playing on me. I said, new movies I don't like to play on me. The screen is helpless. Are you getting? Screen is screen. It's like the milk tasting machine. You put water, it will say water. If you milk, pure milk, pure milk. Water milk, water milk. It will tell. But me doesn't drink milk or doesn't want to water or anything. Are you getting that? Same thing, body is an instrument. Body doesn't enjoy anything. Through the body, somebody is enjoying. That is, remember that Tattva statement. Physical body is Bhoga Ayatana. Mind is, subtle body is Bhoga Sadhana. This is Bhoga Ayatana. It's only a counter. A counter never enjoys. Through the counter clerk enjoys. Through the body, the subtle body, Ahankar enjoys. Are you getting that? The I thought. When you smell it, nose reports the smell. Eye says, ah, I love it. Then, can I have a tree? Where is that flower? Oh, that is tree. Can I have a tree? Who is asking? Nose. Nose reported. Thought came. I likes it. Now I want to enjoy it all the time. So use your mouth to tell to people, where is the flower? In that race. Then they take your leg, go there. Uproot it, take home. Why? In this place, if it is there, I don't enjoy. So let me take home. So who does this activity? Body is held responsible? Who is responsible? I thought. Are you getting the point, please? How this I? So when you appreciate the meaning of the word I, what it is, samrutya, all vikalpas, modifications also, no more affect you. Because you don't convert a thought to desire. And if you convert a thought to desire, choice is yours. Work for it, get it. Don't want it, don't get it. Is it good or bad? Choice is yours. When you are happy with yourself, you are happy with yourself, you are happy to have a thing, you are also happy not to have it. So which one you should have? You choose. That is why to a wise man, you don't tell what he should have or should not have. If he has it, doesn't have it, doesn't have it. You never go through anxiety at any time. Okay? So, Nivritya Pratyak Tattva Vivekat. Pratyak Tattva Vivekat. So, you doing this Pratyak Tattva Viveka discrimination, that who I am and what I am not, when you see it clearly, Idam Ahamasmiti Tattva Vindate, very clearly, you see the nameless content of the name. So you be the nameless and assume a name to function in the world. Are you getting that? You be the nameless, you are the nameless, your self-awareness, consciousness, but you assume a name to interact with the world. Like that, all thoughts you use. Okay, having told this, it further goes on. Ahankare kartari ahamiti matim muncha sahasa vikaratmani atma pratifalajusi swastitimushi yadadhyasat praptam jani mruti jara dukkha bahula pratichaschinmurte tava sukhatano sansrutiriyam ahankare kartari ahamiti matim muncha sahasa vikaratmani pratifalajusi swastitimusi. Yadadhyasatat prapta jani mrityu jara dukkha bahula pratichaschinmurte tava sukhatano sansrutiriyam. So beautiful, these verses, so lovely chanting, lovely rhymes. Ahankare kartari ahamiti matim muncha sahasa. Beautiful. Sahasa matim muncha. Sahasa, immediately. May you give up what? Ahankare kartari ahamiti mati. Ahankare, in the ahankara, I thought, kartari, which takes itself to be karta, the doer, enjoyer, manti mucha, ahamiti, mati muncha. Completely give up that idea that I am that doer or I thought. Watch out, watch out. If you are not very conscious, you shall say, I am not the I thought. It's like telling, I am being very quiet. Is it necessary to say, I am really quiet? Should you speak that you are quiet or you should be quiet? Simple statement. To be quiet, you should be quiet or should you speak that you are quiet? Is it necessary to say that I am free from ahankar? Is it necessary to think I am free from ahankar? Should you be it or should you think it? Should you be it or should you speak it? Are you getting that? And once you are it, you live it alive. You live it every moment in your life, in and through all activities. So that is why, should you practice the wisdom or you should be the wisdom? Be the wisdom. Or else what will they say? People will name certain activities as a wise man's activity. Spiritual activity. I mean, why people try to cheat others? Spiritual activity. Spiritual activity means what? Mala, chandan, vibhuti. Huh? Then, agar cloth, red cloth, yellow cloth, no cloth. Huh? Spiritual, no? So you can impress other people. Oh, somebody dresses up like Shiva. Somebody dresses like Rama. Somebody dresses like Hanuman. The other day last year I was going to Mukambika, Karnataka and Andhra. There are certain festivals. The day they dress up like devatas, like gods. They put up, they put up the dresses like Hanuman, Rama, and then other people come to Namaskar, to Pasha. Very much. So this Hanuman and other, they came and stand in front of our car to give the money. Huh? Anyway, it was so funny. I said, okay, dance for some time. We'll see. It's a local ethnic dance, I said, all right, do it. So give some money and go. What is there, But for most people, the concept of spirituality is not being spiritual, but practicing spiritual things. So who is practicing? The rogue practicing the spiritual life. You understand? The ahankar is so smart. Ahankar is so smart. It will pretend to be very spiritual. Chanting, dressing, puja, meditation, digging the hole and burying himself for 3 months. All this nonsense. Why? Impressing others. Like, oh, put one in here, another one coming out through this. Ugh, God. Or some people, Mauni Baba, Mauni. Keeping quiet. Why? Nothing else to talk. He has nothing to talk. So he has nothing to talk, therefore he is keeping quiet. But people's interpretation is, oh, he doesn't want to talk. Does he have anything to talk? He's like a poor man, It's like one day I know a person. It's a very funny incident. I can't tell that. But something like that I can tell you. Like that one fellow, his stomach is upset. Really stomach is upset. But that day he uses that as a ploy in his house. Because his wife had told something. I'm so angry. I'm not going to eat today. So in one bird, he kills 2 stones. No, 1 stone, 2 birds. Okay. So in 1 stone, he kills 2 birds. He tells his wife, I'm not going to eat. So now the wife is worried. So that's the punishment to the wife, right? And himself, Appa, because stomach is upset anyway. So, if your stomach upset, everybody say you are greedily eating like a pig, therefore you have your stomach upset. So that is gone. Well, he is not eating. Why is he angry with him? So in 1 stone, you kill 2 birds. You see how dangerous people are. You don't know anything, but you say, Mauni Baba. So you pass as a very wise man. If you open your mouth, Tavat sohate murkha, yavat kinchit navasate. That long the murkha, the idiot, shines as long as he has not opened his mouth. Once he opens his mouth, he is caught. Like you tell Indian looking foreigners to the temples. And the temple priest is very smart. They want to know where it is, who is coming, who is coming. The moment they open their mouth, pay 500 rupees. That is why I tell them, don't open your mouth. Don't open your mouth. No la. Singapore. 500. Don't open your mouth. Anyway, says, Tavat sohate murkha. That long the fool shines as long as he has not opened his mouth. So, you cannot pretend to be wise. Understand. Is it necessary to say, I am quiet, to be quiet? Is it necessary to think, I am not the I thought? Or is it necessary to say, I am not the I thought? Or is it necessary to practice? Like what? He has come, you are not looking at him, he doesn't say, I have come, please look at me. This is known as spiritual practice, where the fellow doesn't say the word, I. He says, he has come, he is hungry, please give him food. So thoroughly confuses everybody. That is not the language. To be yourself, what thought you should have, what word you should speak, what life you should practice. If you are yourself, every thought is sacred, every word is sacred, every action worship. And all this pratiphalanam, reflecting all these things, you call yourself, I am changing like a body. Body is changing, I am changing. Because of this ahankar. That the body changing is not a problem. I am changing is a problem. That the body is aging is not a problem. I am aging is the problem. Right or wrong? Sansargans will lose their capacity. That they are losing their capacity is natural. When is a person miserable? I am losing my capacity. I can't see anymore. I can't taste anymore. I can't digest anymore. Why? I want to eat cheese, but I can't digest it. Now who is miserable? Stomach or you? Who is miserable? When you want to take your car 200 kilometers speed, but your car moves only 20 kilometers speed, car is miserable or you are miserable? Driver is miserable. Same thing, body. You want to take your body in a particular speed, but your body doesn't go in that speed. What happens? Oh, I think I am growing old. You are growing old or body is growing old? When your car cannot take 200 kilometers speed, The car is getting old or you are getting old? Are you getting that? What do? You come out and take a new car. So here what shall I do? I come out and take a new body. That will not work. You have to only maintain that body for some time. Maintain. Without something is yours for some time, you have to maintain. And today, because of the science, medicine, the maintenance is very nice. You can be 100-year-old also, you can maintain your body if you know how to do it. Yesterday I was reading an article where he says, less calorie you eat, your aging is slow, youth is longer, less calorie. No wonder, this Kanchi Periyar, the Sankara'Acharya of Kanchi senior who passed away 20 years back, 8-10 years back. You know what he was eating? Every day, one handful of aval, beaten rice. One handful of beaten rice and little milk, bas. And that he'll put whole day. And he lived up to 100 years. He was 99 years, 9 months or 10 months, he passed away. Most people you can see, those who are very thin, they usually live long. The people who are eating faster, their quota ends also faster. That is why they say, if you eat less, you eat more. Listen carefully. If you eat less, you eat more. Why? In long term. You eat less, you eat more in 190 years you live. If you eat more, you eat less. Because you die when you are 40, 50. So what should we do now? Cut the calorie. No, it's not a joke. Cut off the oil. Thoda. You must do that. Times have come for that. When there was no food available, everybody was grabbing food. Why people are so obese in many countries? Because you begin with poverty. You have never seen food in the childhood. So when you go somewhere, bang, eat. Because you have not seen food in your childhood. So hungry. So person overeat. Nowadays, it's not like that. You have got some food, so now you know how much to eat. How it will be helpful, not simply eating, as though you never eaten anything in life. It's not so. Anyway, so please do that. To be yourself. So that you don't drag the changes of the deha vikara, changes of the body, changes of the mind, changes of the world, changes of the sense organs towards yourself. Yadadhyasat prapta jani mrityu jara dukkha bahula praticha chinmurte tava sukhatano samsrutiriyam. He says, hey Chinmurte, how beautifully addresses he? The teacher is addressing the student, hey Chinmurti, oh embodiment of consciousness, Chinmurti, Chinmurte, Chit Murti, Murti form. Oh embodiment of consciousness. He doesn't say, oh you rascal, you sinner, you idiot, you fool. No, Chinmurti. Oh embodiment of consciousness, Tava Sukhatanoho. You are the one Sukhatanu. Tanu means body. Sukha is bliss. You are the body, you are the bliss, that is the body. You are the embodiment of bliss. Sukhatanu. Not this Mamsatanu, not this body of flesh and blood. You are consciousness. Chidvapu. You are consciousness. Sukhatanu. Blissful body. You, Tava, Yam Sansruti. You seem to go up and down in this ocean of samsara. Because of what? Yadadhyasat prapta. Adhyasat prapta. Adhyasa. Adhyasa means atasmin tad buddhi. Taking yourself something which you are not. Tasmin tad buddhi jnanam. Body is body, knowledge. Body is me, adhyasa. Okay? Body is body, knowledge. Body is me, adhyasa, superimposition. And because of that, you drag the body to yourself. The body is limited. You are dragging the limitation of the body onto yourself. I am like this. That's like in every day you can see in the world today. You are occupying the post or you are the post? Huh? You are occupying the post. But the guys who are in the government services, what do they think? I am the managing director. Oh boy. The day he retires, like a dog, the tail between the legs, the fool will hang around. Some people die. They can't take. A sudden emptiness comes in. Because until yesterday, he was the governor. Now he's a monkey. Understand? Why people do that? Why is there so much of arrogance in the world? Because you think you are the managing director, you are the king, you are the governor, you are the rich man. You are the rich man? I see. Your riches get transferred. Stock exchange collapses. You know what happened in India now? Day for yesterday, there is a news report. Out of some 500,000 rich people in the world, Indian people are now, lot of Indian people are inside. Now in India, there are some 500 billionaires now. 500 billionaires, not millionaire, billionaire. Now suddenly 100 of them become millionaires. Why? The stock exchange fell. So their property has gone away. They have lost 600 million, 500 million, 1 billion. What type of loss it is? All calculation paper money. In paper, you have got 10,000 shares, 1,000 share is 10,000 rupees, so you have got 10 million. Now the share value has fallen to 200 rupees, so you have got only 20 million. Now suddenly from 100 million, 80 million gone. So if you are thinking, I am the millionaire, now what happens? Your status is up to the barometer of the stock exchange. That goes up, you are up. That goes down, you are down. Now what an idiot you are. Whereas, when you are happy with yourself, what happens? You are happy. Why? Because I am the happiness. Sukhatanu. Then no up and down. I am very happy. Why? Weather is beautiful. Weather changes, happiness changes. I am very important. Why? Because I am occupying a job. The job goes away, your importance goes away. I am very comfortable. Wife is so sweet. Now wife is sweet to somebody, you are dead. I am very happy. Why? My husband is so cute. Now somebody else thinks your husband is cute also. So that is how the whole life is destroyed, because you are dependent on something or other. Therefore he says, hey, Chinmurte, embodiment of consciousness, Sukhatanu, Adhyasat tavaya problem. Adhyasat tava sansruti, Jani mruti, Janma dukkha vahula. Jani mruti, birth, death, Jara, old age, dukkha vahula. So many different types of miseries pass through. You pass through in life because you are not aware of yourself. Therefore, He Chinmurti, be the you are the embodiment of consciousness. Be the consciousness. You are the Sukhatanu, body of bliss. Be that bliss, the absolute. That is you are. Thereafter, these, and live with the changes. Be the changeless, live with the changes. Be the nameless, assume a name, and function through life. Okay? Having told this, now further says. Sadekaropasya chidatmano vibho anandamurteranavadya kirte naivanyatha kvapi avikarinaste vinahamadhya samamosya sansruti Sadeikarupasya chidatmano vibho anandamurteranavadya kirte naivanyatha kvapi avikarinaste Vinahamadhyasamamosya sansruti. So beautiful. So beautiful. You, he tells him, now he tells the disciple, hey, for you, who is Chinmurti, Sukhatanu, and what else you are? Sadekarupasya. You are Sada Ekarupa. Always in one formless form. Sada Ekarupa. Always you appear as it is. There is no change for you because consciousness remains ever the same. Sada Ekarupa. Like Akasavat. The space never changes. Climates change in space. The screen never changes. The projection on the screen goes on changing. You can take any number of examples. Okay? The wall is there. You can put any number of paintings one after another you like. Same way also. Sada Ekarupasya. You are one, always in one form. Chidatmanaha Vibhoho. You, who is Sada Ekarupa, always in the same form. Chidatma, pure consciousness. Vibhu, Visheshena Bhati, always shining with all your effulgence. Anandamurti, Anavadya Kirti. You are Anandamurti, embodiment of Ananda, absolute bliss. Anavadya Kirti, your glory unsurpassable, inexplicable. Nobody can describe it. Indescribable glory you have, because that is what you are. To all these, Vinama Adhyasam Vina, without this superimposition, you cannot appear to be dying, changing, aging, or being miserable. Because you are the absolute, are you getting that? Because you are the Sada Ekarupa, Anavadya Kirti, indescribable glory you are. Anandamurti. Avikarina, you are also avikari, totally free from all vikara modifications. Te vinahamadhyasa na anyatha. There is no other reason for you to be limited except because of your identification with the ahankar, which is an imposition. Ahankar. Are you getting that? This I thought is just a beautiful name, but we lose ourselves in the name. How nice. Can you be nameless? Come on, do this. Can you be the nameless? To be the nameless, what should you do? To assume the name, what should you do? Accept a name. To assume a name, somebody should give a name and you should identify the name. To be nameless, what should you do? Do you go on asking people, give me a name or make me nameless? You are already nameless. You say, give me a name. Why do you want a name? For transaction. Then it's beautiful. That is why when you understand the truth and a brahmachari name is given to you, when you understand to understand the truth, a brahmachari name is given to you. Having understood the truth, a sannyasa name is given to you. Why? It's a pure transactional name. Suddhananda. That's not my mama's name. My mommy has given what name she likes. That was my name. By chance somebody misspelled it. Why you don't know? But this name is a functional name. Somebody write SHUDDHA, somebody say SUDDHA, somebody forgets 2 D's also, doesn't matter. You are calling me, no? Yes, Swami, Swamiyar, Swamiji. What all nonsense they call. Whoever, whatever calls is all right. Calling me, no? Oh, yes. What do you want? Somebody will say, oh, Swami, you didn't come. Or Ganesha will say, Yenada Swami, you didn't vardana. You won't say Ningal, all the nonsense. You say Ni means you rascal, why are you so late? Suddenly coming. So Ganesha is the best fellow. But in his that speech, there is so much of love. So you don't mind what type of thing he speaks. Somebody can give you big, reception with all elaborate, names, prefixes and suffixes. But the fellow has no sense of devotion. Nothing. That's useless. That is why be nameless. Forget. So do you go on asking for name or to be nameless? Everybody asking to name. Because to be nameless, what should you do? That is why when you say, no, I must do koham vichara, who am I, who am I, who am I? Now who is doing this? I is shouting, who am I, who am I, who am I? Are you getting that? That is why people go nuts, commit suicide, become paitya. You know, pagal ban ke jata hai idhar udhar. You're totally mad. Why? The I is shouting, who am I, who am I, who am I? You are rubbish. The fellow is shouting itself is a wrong entity. Are you getting that point, please? The first name itself is a mistake. Who are you? Your existence is not dependent on a name. So, bina adhyas, without the superimposition, you have no problem at all. Therefore, hey, Anandamurti, O embodiment of bliss, O immodifiable consciousness, O indescribable glory, please be yourself. Don't ever fall into these superimpositions. Don't say dismiss the superimposition. Why should you dismiss the body? If you don't identify the body, that's enough. Why should you dismiss the body? Are you getting that? You don't have to dismiss your body. If you dismiss the body, with what shall you live? Dismiss your thought. This is a spiritual advice. Spiritual advice means driving people nuts. Don't think like that. Don't do like this. You are advising the person to change his lifestyle, but not change himself. You understand the mistake? You are asking the person to change the lifestyle, but not the person himself. The I is not changing, but the I is now living a new lifestyle. Previously, it was listening to movie songs. Now is listening to movie song, tune, bhajans. Very spiritual, isn't it? So what happens is you are asking the person to change the lifestyle, but not himself. So what happens? The same rogue is living in the house. Previously, there are pictures of movie people or sports people or politicians. Now there are God's pictures are in the house, but the fellow is a rogue inside. Interior decoration has changed, but the fellow is living is a rogue. So previously I was cheating somewhere, now I am cheating somewhere else. Previously I was cheating in the name of business, now I am cheating in the name of God. What are you doing? No, change yourself, be yourself. When you see yourself who you are, then everything is beautiful. So they are Vina Madhya Samamasya. So may you see yourself and see it. Ahankar, this I thought, no more drags the imposition, the limitation of the body onto itself. And instead of being that name and extending yourself to other things outside, be the nameless, assume a name, function in the world. Read in that. Be the nameless, assume a name, live through your life. Read. Tasmadahankaramimam swasatrum bhokturgale kantakavat pratitam vichidya vijnana mahasina sphutam bhunksvatma samrajya sukham yathishtam. Yasmadahankaramimam swasatrum tasmad bhokturgale kantagavat pratitam vichidya vijnana mahasina sphutam bhunksvatma samrajya sukham yathishtam. So, this is ahankara imam swasatrum vichidya. This ahankara thus becomes like a satru. It is your own enemy. So who is your number one enemy? You. That I which has taken myself to be, that is my enemy. Not knowing this is my enemy, I was embracing it as a friend. Are getting such a beautiful imagery. Not knowing this is a snake, thinking it is a garland, I put a snake around my neck. The moment you discover a snake, will you keep it or throw it? Have you ever, if you have not, you might not have eaten fish or not, but have you seen fish? Or that also you have not, botany also you didn't study, zoology also you didn't study. There is a particular fish called eel. E-E-L. It's a very nice word for Scrabble. Because two double E is there now, what can you say? E-E-L, you can put it up. Okay. So eel is like a snake. In village, in summer time, lot of fishing is done. In our side, lot of fish. Summertime dries up, everything dries up, no? Ocean and river, not ocean, river, ponds, canal dries up. Lot of fishing. So children will be going, when there is a big pond dries up, hundreds of people will come with the thing and it's like a sight to see. So there will be some of these fellows, they will be trying to hold it in the hand also. Because when they go on putting that instruments, that mud comes up. The whole thing becomes really dirty. And poor fish cannot breathe, so they have to come up. And some of those eel and other variety, they will go to the side and there will be mass of moss and underneath they will stay there. So these fellows will go on there. So one fellow, I remember, he went there and he caught one. Oh, he was very happy he has got the biggest eel. That was a rat snake. He caught it and was like, oh my God, it's a big one. Brings it. When he sees that, ooh. So catching the snake as the eel, when you see that it is a snake, do you keep it or throw it? Throw it. Oh, Swamiji, these are non-vegetarian examples you are giving. Don't tell me that I am giving non-vegetarian example. Shankara himself is giving non-vegetarian example. Throw this away like kantagavat. Like there is a bone on your throat. When you are eating fish, you see Shankara has given that non-vegetarian, I am giving. So when you are eating fish or eating chicken, mutton, whatever, suppose a bone gets stuck on your throat, shall you keep it? Immediate operation or else death. When an Indian general went to Japan and died because of the fish bone in his throat. Long 15, 20 years back, maybe 30 years back. Military officer. When it goes into your throat, you have to immediately remove it. In the same way, This ahankara, I thought, Satru. So who is your enemy? That one which I took myself to be, now suddenly I discover that is the one which is enemy. This is known as teaching. Rest of it is cheating. Because when you pamper the ahankara, you don't question the I, you pamper the I, you are maintaining the criminal, perpetuating the criminal. Are you getting that? Because who is making the mistake? Think clearly. Who is making the mistake? I is making the mistake, or there is a mistake in a vegetable. But what do you say? Don't eat garlic, as though garlic is wrong. Don't eat onion, as though onion is wrong. Don't look at a man or woman. Then for you to be there, every man should die and every woman should die, right? There is a particular religious organization which says that if you are coming to the sadhu, the man should come, woman should left behind. Are you supposed to bring them together or separate them? Just think of it. So for you to be, no woman should exist in this world, or no man should exist in the world, for you to be religious? Denials, 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 don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. What is this? If they don't have to be there, they will not be there. This is nature. If something is there in nature, it has a place. You better find out the reason and live with it, and you have no business to destroy something. How many species are destroyed because of the stupidity of the man? Think of it. Please. Who is creating the mess in life? Not the vegetables, not the gold. Gold is a problem, or your greed is the problem? Huh? Gold is problem or your greed is problem? So what do you say? Kamini, Kanchan, gold is a problem. Kamini, woman is a problem, or your infatuation is a problem? Man is a problem, or your attraction is a problem? So what are you blaming man for, woman for, gold for? Change yourself. Are you getting that point, please? It is too tiring, too tiring. Everything is so beautiful. Don't ever paint them black. Creation is so beautiful, so innocent. What is wrong with gold? You learn to use it. You don't misuse. What is wrong with riches of any kind? Learn to use it. What is wrong with any food? Learn to use it. The so-called onion and garlic is supposed to be amrit. In Ayurveda, onion and garlic are amrit. Do you know why? Because the story is, after the churning of the ocean, when Vishnu was giving the amrit to everybody, the Rakshasa, the demons are also sitting down. These among the gods, Rahu, Ketu, two demons, they were sitting down in the guise of the gods. Vishnu, somebody points it out. So, but they have already been served. He doesn't want to make this demonic force eternal in this world. So what he did? Send his chakra, discuss, cuts it off. So their head is cut off. But already it had touched the tongue. So when they died, that Amrit had touched the cough and the blood. So the blood became onion, cough became white, that became garlic. So garlic and onion have a medicinal quality. This is the story. But to say garlic and onion is going to make you hot and passionate and lascivious, nonsense. How can you need food for that? Your thinking is good enough to drive you crazy. Are you getting that point? Or else vegetarian people, vegetarian animals will be all very quiet. Right? Nonsense. You don't need vegetables for that. You need a thought for it. One thought is good enough. Do you send your children to Paris for learning nuisance? Passion and jealousy, go to Paris. Why? India is not place. Anywhere is good enough. Mischief is everywhere. Understand? Please do not ever blame the universe. Creation is so divine. Your body is divine. You must know how to use it. Okay, so he says, so this Satru, this I thought also, that is in the same principle, I thought also is not a rogue. I don't know how to use the I thought. But fondly you can say, what a rogue this I is. How nice, eh? So that is how you must live. Affectionately, with terms of endearment. What a rogue this I is. My God, I forgot, did not know myself. Stuck on it for some time. All right. Now let me be the nameless. You will use the name. All right. I have no demands. I am all happiness. For sustenance, certain things to be needed. Okay, we'll go for it. If I can have, fantastic. Can't have it, excellent. There is no emptiness in life. Are you getting that? This is how you enjoy living. So Satrum, remove it. Remove it, counteract it like Bhoktur Gale Kantagavat Pratitam. Bhoktuhu Gale, in the throat of the eater, Kantagavat Pratitam, like the bone, like a fish bone, in the throat of the eater. How painful it is. Do you eat for pain or pleasure? Huh? Anybody eating for pain or pleasure? Come on, please come to my house for a lunch. Why? You will have a lovely stomach pain after a few hours. An exotic dinner, what is that means? After 5 minutes, you'll be rolling on the ground, holding on to your stomach. Bathroom doors are open for everybody, 24 hours. Anybody like to go for such a lunch and dinner? Do you go for that? No. But while eating, listen carefully, while eating for pleasure, suddenly it becomes a pain, like that life. Nobody wants to live unhappily. While living for happiness, suddenly there is so much of misery, so much of pain. Why? Kantagavat. This I thought becomes a bone. Ahankara only suffers. Who suffers? Body is suffering. Body has a sense of suffering. Body is aging, but body doesn't feel aging. I am aging. Body is dying, but body is not afraid of dying. I am dying. So I thought. So that I thought, that becomes the Kantagavati. So in every action, listen carefully, in every action, every perception, the I thought is the fish bone on your throat. That is why any action done by the attitude of ahankar, you suffer in life. I am the doer, I did it. When you say I did it and other people don't recognize it, you go on crying. I did so much, but nobody recognizes me. Oh, why are you doing it? Why are you looking for recognition? Because doing is your privilege. Recognition is other person's responsibility. Why are you getting that? Doing is your privilege. Recognition is other person's possibility. Now you want him also to think as you want. What nonsense. Do your part. But ahankara expects everything. The fellow will cry, I did so much, but nobody... Right. But never at any time, I did a mischief, nobody caught me, they will not tell anybody. Ahankara is so smart. Are you getting that? Ahankara is so smart. I did something wrong, nobody caught me, it will not complain. But I did something, nobody recognized me, of course complain. See that how smart this fellow is? That is why Kantaka. That's why he's like... So if you have ahankar, you don't need anybody else to punish you. Krodhaschet satruna kim. If you have anger in you, you don't need an enemy from outside. Because you will have perfect enemy inside you. You will create a beautiful enemy inside you. If you have hatred, jealousy, infatuation, you don't need any other disease to suffer for suffering. You have plenty of suffering, don't worry. That is why if you really want to punish somebody who is angry, don't help him to change. You want to punish somebody. Because of his anger you are suffering. What you should do? Don't change him. Let him be angry. That anger will punish him so well. The person will be suffering all the time because he is always on the high tension. High tension where? He is in a high tension where? He can't live life nicely. Ishvara. So that is ahankar. For pleasure you go. But then that becomes I thought becomes the Kantakavate Vichidya Vijnana Mahasina Sputam. So as even with a knife, you operate on your throat and remove that one. So Vijnanakhya Mahasina, by this sword of discrimination, knife of discrimination, you operate upon the ahankar, this I thought, and see, be the meaning, the nameless that you are. Thereby, having seen, what will happen? Bhunksyas atma samrajya sukham yatheshtam. Bhunksva, having got it, meaning seeing it yourself who you are, bhunksva, enjoy. What? Atma samrajya sukham, the bliss of the Atmic empire. Empire, the self, that which is all pervasive. This empire, the consciousness that one is such a fantastic empire, where everybody is an emperor, empire remains undivided. This is my favorite line. I told it 20 years, 30 years back, some classes. It's a beautiful thing. Everybody is an emperor, empire undivided. Everybody is a king, kingdom undivided. But everybody is a king, full king. Like Krishna, dancing around the gopis. How many gopis were there? Story. How many gopis? 16,000. How many Krishna? One Krishna. That one Krishna had become 16,000. Everybody has a Krishna, but Krishna is not divided. Each gopi stands for a thought. Krishna stands for consciousness. So every thought is surrounded by consciousness, but consciousness is undivided. That is why continuously in you, Rasa Leela is going on, where the ahankar is the Radha, I thought, the Supreme, the Beloved, nearest to consciousness, because meaning of it is never away from it. So you can speak the language of devotion, where you use the word I, but never forgetting the self. You can talk the language of knowledge, where the I is lost in nameless. Call it jnana, call it bhakti, both are beautiful. In fact, most beautiful thing is always have the knowledge and knowledge backed devotion every moment. One with the truth, absolute. But a devotee by choice. In wisdom, choiceless. Being one with yourself, the consciousness, is choiceless. But a devotee by choice. Why? I don't have to be. I can be just one with myself and die. But the moment I start breathing, living, Ishvara, He alone is. All that we have seen in other classes, okay? Think of it. Understand? So that way, Vamsa Atma Samrajyam, how much? Yathishtam, Yathaishtam, as you like. See that permissiveness? Almost permissive permission. Yathishtam, Yathaishtam means as you choose. Don't ask me, shall I do this, shall I not do this? Hey, as long as you are asking like this, you are a baby. A grown-up person, does he ask, what shall I do or what shall I not do? You just do. When you understand yourself, you know your life. But because of your lifestyle, others are not affected. Others are not affected. You live your life so well, so nicely. Always happy with yourself. Yatheshtam Atma Samrajya Sukham Bhunksva. Okay. Having told this, now this goes on. Next. Oh, just another 5 minutes. We'll take one more verse and finish. Very sweet. Since it is so, enjoy. Tato hamade vinivartya vrittim santyaktarage paramarthalabhat tushnim samasvatma sukhanubhutya Purnatmana Brahmani Nirvikalpa Tato Hamade Vinivartya Vrittim Santyaktarage Paramarthalabhat Tushnim Samasvatma Sukhanubhutya Purnatmana Brahmani Nirvikalpa. We'll see it in the afternoon. Okay? Just close your eyes. Relax for 2 minutes. Enjoy these verses. When I say enjoy these verses, it means the message. Like the breeze is blowing now, so beautiful. What you are enjoying is not the breeze, the sensation that it creates. You are continuously breathing without being aware. Breathing keeps you, the breeze as you are breathing is a breath of life, keeps you alive. The same breeze caressing your body gives you gentle sensation of touch. As breeze, a breath of air is breath of life. Touching the body, it soothes your body. Consciousness, yourself. It is the existence, the life itself. As body, mind, creation, sense organ, sense object, it brings you absolute enjoyment. Sukham yathishtam. As much as you wish. Happy with yourself. Yet always enjoying all the sensations. Just be the nameless. assume the name, live through life. Body shall pass, names will be redundant, bodiless, nameless, awareness, yourself, always remains the same. Atma Samrajya, the empire that is consciousness.